The internet has been asking, where is Marwa? Marwa did not post a video for 2 consecutive days. We see Rocio in Spain enjoying life. Marwa is still in the village. Things are not working out the way he planned. This actually tells us that Marwa was blindsided. Marwa is stressed. Marwa is depressed. And he knew nothing about Rocio's travel. We know Marwa. If he could be having the information, the public could know. He could say it. He could keep nothing cool. He could come and say it. People were warning him when Rocio ran to Nairobi. People were really concerned about him. Rocio blindsided Marwa because he could not allow her to go. In his video, he could say that the in-laws were leaving the village, but there is nowhere he said that Rocio and Mitoto they're leaving the village. So let us dive deep, let us analyze everything, because Marwa is so depressed. Even when he does video, it's like a shade of a man working since Rocio left. It's a blind side. What Rocio did, she pretended that her and Marwa were escorting her family to the airport to take a plane. When they got there, that's when she told Marwa. By then, Marwa was powerless about it. He could not even take a baby. So, because the in-laws were there and he was caught off guard. Let us dive deep. Good people, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this YouTube channel that goes by the name Maxwell Lumumba Africa. Maxwell Lumumba is my name, a village content creator where my sustainability, I'm depending on content creation to earn a living. No jobs, no money, no land, but at the end of the day, we have to survive. This is year 2026 and hopeful. They have been saying maybe this is my lucky year going to school and studying law, because that is what actually keeps me. Actually, that is what is in my heart. So for today's video, let me speak slowly and clearly, because this situation needs thinking, not noise. For the first time in a very long time, we saw something unusual. Marwa did not post a video for 2 consecutive days. We know Marwa very well. If Marwa does not post a video for that day, the next thing he does is to do a live. So for Marwa, he never posted a video, he never did a live, and he even never posted, let's say, something like short or a community post. And if you have followed Marwa long enough, you already know this is not normal behavior to him. So Marwa is not the kind of a person who goes silent without a reason, because any bit communication will be saying it well. But hopeful, today he'll be posting a video. So for Marwa, he usually documents everything. He explains everything. He even over-explains things most people will keep private. That is his habit. We have knew him before doing that. So for this instance, for let's say him not posting, actually it is bringing a lot of questions. So when Marwa stays quiet, something is really wrong. Now, while Marwa is silent in the village, we are seeing Rocio in Spain enjoying life, moving freely, posting confidently, smiling, relaxed. Even some of the things that we never knew that Rocio could be doing. The smile on her face really shows that she's very much relieved when she left the village. So this contrast alone tells us a lot, because this was not planned together, because there's some point where we had Marwa saying that he knew very well that Rocio was going to travel with the in-laws. If this was planned, Marwa would have told the audience. If this was agreed upon, Marwa would have prepared the ground. If he knew, he would have spoken. Marwa cannot keep information privately. That is not his nature. Everything Marwa does, he has to put it publicly, which tells us one thing very clearly. Marwa was blindsided. Let us be honest. In his videos, Marwa openly said that his in-laws were leaving. We could see even the title, "My in-laws are leaving." My in-laws, actually, they're traveling back to Argentina. Yeah, because he said the family was traveling. He talked about escorting them, but nowhere, and I repeat, nowhere did he say that Rocio and the baby, the mitoto, were living permanently. That silence is very loud, because people warned him before when Rocio first left the village and went to Nairobi. Many viewers were concerned. People said, this does not look right. People said, be careful. But Marwa dismissed those concerns. And when Rocio was back in the village, you people could see that we are gifting Rocio a piece of land that is from Marwa's father. Yeah, we saw that is the time that actually the Mercedes-Benz was actually came, and we know Rocio actually loves material. Actually, she's very materialistic. Yeah, she really loves material things. The Mercedes itself, you saw. Yeah, she was there actually driving. First time driving our Mercedes-Benz. So a lot of videos, a lot of things actually took place. But Marwa dismissed those concerns. Now let us talk about airport situation, because this is where everything changed from what we can actually piece together. Rocio did not tell Marwa earlier. She waited until the last moment, then went to the airport as a family escort. This is what Rocio did. When they were leaving the village, they went with Marwa as actually they're going to escort the family members, because the in-laws were present. Public setting, no drama allowed. And that is when Rocio told him. At that point, Marwa was powerless. He could not react emotionally. He could not argue. He could not take the child. He could not stop her, because the family was there, because the camera could be anywhere, because the moment was already gone. And that is what a blind side looks like. Yeah, because let us address the legal reality, because emotions aside, facts matter. Even if Marwa could bring drama at the airport, because we saw even Marwa saying that 6 cases. Yeah, even for him, he was actually surprised with the 6 sweet cases. So let us say the way I've said that. Let us say things legally. Rocio is not legally married to Marwa. There is no marriage document. There is no legal protection under Kenya's marriage law. So the child, even if Marwa will bring the drama, the child was born in Argentina, not Kenya. That alone complicates everything. That is the situation that actually Marwa was powerless. Nothing Marwa could do. And so legally, Marwa had very limited power in that moment. That is not opinion, that is reality. Because now we see it clearly. After Rocio left, something has really changed in Marwa. Even when he posts, the energy is gone. What we are now seeing, it is like a shade of Marwa. The excitement is gone. The confidence is gone. What we are actually seeing is a man functioning, not living. And that explains the 2-day silence, yeah? Marwa is confused. Marwa is frustrated. Marwa is actually depressed. Marwa is in a stressful mode. And that was very evident. Immediately when he came back to the village, we saw the Conrad's mom, posted a video saying that Marwa is not feeling well. That was stress. In the next video, Marwa did a video and he said that he's not feeling well. That when he was in Nairobi, I don't know, the flu, a lot of information. So he wasn't feeling well. But the reality is, Marwa is depressed. Marwa is stressed and actually frustrated. Is processing betrayal, shock, and loss all at once. And let me say this clearly. I have never seen Marwa like this before. For those who have been watching him, we have never encountered an episode like this, what we are witnessing today. The Marwa that we are seeing now is not the Marwa that we knew before. Even when he posts, his energy is reduced. His excitement is gone. His confidence feels forced. This is a man running on routine, not passion. And that explains the 2-day silence. He's processing betrayal, shock, loss, and humiliation all at once. Because, yes, there is humiliation, is being blindsided publicly. Now let us talk about Dimwango, because that moment was not random. Dimwango showing her engagement ring was not coincidence. It was a message, a quiet one, but clear. She has never hidden her dislike for Rocio, and showing commitment, legality, and status was symbolic. It was saying, this is how it is supposed to be. And Rocio removing Kenya from her bio is also symbolic. It is not accidental. That is psychological closure. It means she has mentally exited Africa. She has chosen or closed that chapter. When we see Rocio, she has achieved several things through this relationship. She gained visibility, she gained an audience, she gained confidence, she gained independence, and she believes that she can stand alone. Okay, there was a time that Rocio, we have been seeing Rocio. Even there is a time that Rocio said that she had started YouTube channel a long time ago. But let us be realistic. Even I did a video, my last video about Rocio. I said it. Rocio was not having the audience that is having right now. The audience that Rocio is having right now is an audience of donors, of good supporters from Marwa's audience, from Marwa's subscribers. That is why now she believes that she can stand alone. She is no longer afraid to take risks. And living with a child could be the biggest risk of all. Let us be very clear here. I do not believe Rocio planned this from the beginning, but I do believe that she planned the exit carefully. She waited for the right moment. She waited for support systems to be present. She waited until Marwa had no leverage. That is strategy, not emotion. Now, what happens next is predictable if you understand Marwa. For those who knows Marwa very well, this is what is going to happen. Marwa restrains himself at first. He says he doesn't like exposing people. He tries to look calm. He tries to look mature. But history shows us something else. Eventually, he'll be exploding. And when Marwa explodes, he controls the narrative aggressively. Yeah. When Marwa will be saying what is in his heart, and the time is really coming, he may ask people to unsubscribe from Rocio. He may call her ungrateful. He may position himself as the victim, but Rocio will not remain silent. We know Rocio. She has never been afraid to express herself. She will speak, and her version will not align with Marwa, because when somebody plays a victim, the other individuals want to defend herself. So at those two scenarios, what Rocio will be saying will be contrary to what Marwa will be speaking. She will talk about why she left. She will talk about pressure. She will talk about loneliness. She will talk about reasons Marwa never mentioned. And when those two stories collide, the audience will be divided, because the truth will sit somewhere in the middle. Let us be honest about relationship itself. There was no visible chemistry. There was no warmth. There was no joy. The only thing that binded them together was the child. And that is the most painful part of all, because one day Marwa will want to go and see his child, the mitoto. And that reality is harsh. That will require travel, or permission, or cooperation. And right now, none of that exists. So, what we are watching is not drama. It is consequences. A man blindsided. A man deceived. A child in between, and silenced before the storm. Because Marwa will speak. And when he does, this story will enter its most dangerous phase. Let me believe this. We heard Marwa before saying on camera that the year 2025 will be an year of, we call it not a reproductive, that it will be an year of reproducing. So let us actually believe that Marwa did that thing. In Swahili we say alicheka ndani. That means maybe Rocio conceived. We are not sure about that, but time will actually really tell, because he was very determined in getting the second born, and let us believe that it happened. This silence is not peace. It is a calm before Marwa speaks, and everyone is really waiting for that. So for him remaining silent, for him, everybody is seeing what is really happening, and actually even people have contemplated the next move, that it is about to go down. Marwa is frustrated. That's why he did not do videos. It is only the clueless people will come up and say this. People loved each other. It was very evident that there was no love, no chemistry between them, and there is no positivity here. We cannot be positive on this. The only thing binding them, the way I said, it is a kid. And that is what is actually going on.